Hey there, welcome. It's Tessa with Strength Family Farm. Welcome to the Uplevel Your Cooking 5-Day Challenge. And this day one is supposed to be our live session, which we had earlier today. However, I said, I'll send a replay out of the live video. Unfortunately, it didn't record my video. So I am going to do a condensed version today of what we cooked up. So hopefully by Wednesday, when we do our next live, we'll get all the kinks out of there. I've never used my phone to record on Zoom before, so that's kind of a new experience for me. I've always used my laptop. So I may have to use my laptop on Wednesday instead of my phone if that's the only way I'm able to record at this time. So we'll get that worked out. But let's get started. So this is going to be a condensed version. Our next, again, like I said, our next live is Wednesday. And then we'll have another live on Friday and recording tomorrow, Tuesday, and recording on Thursday. So let's get into it. So I have notes here. I just want to make sure that I don't forget anything to include for today's first day of today's live challenge. So let's get in today for today's day one of the 5-day challenge. So let's talk about why we're here today. Day one is all about getting your supplies ready. Have you ever stood in your kitchen ready to cook? You're like, okay, we're going to get this done today. You've got your skillet out, your cutting board set up, and then you realize, oh shoot, I forgot the garlic. Or wait, where's the meat? Or even worse, I forgot to thaw the meat. So that's what today is all about, getting ahead of that chaos. We're laying the foundation for stress-free cooking by doing a real simple thing. Get everything ready and out before you even start. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, I'll just grab stuff as I go. I can get the onions while the water is boiling. But here's the thing. Life happens. And the kids need homework help. The dog needs to be let out. Someone's trying to get a drink behind you. And then suddenly your once peaceful dinner plan is chaotic. We've been all there. Honestly, who hasn't been? And most of the time, we're just 5 minutes away, just 5 minutes away from totally avoiding that stress. So that's it, 5 minutes. Pull out your ingredients, prep your workspace, and just get your mind in cooking mode. So, and while this week we're focusing on beef recipes, this tip works no matter what you're cooking. So whether it's pork, chicken, fish, and even eggs, taking just a few minutes to set yourself up can make all the difference in how you feel while cooking. So that's what I want you to focus on today. Take 5 minutes before you cook anything. Lay out your ingredients, get your pan, grab your utensils, check that you have what you need. So that simple rhythm will change everything. So let's get started on the recipe. Today's recipe is garlic steak bites with asparagus. So good, so simple, so quick. So packed with flavor and a favorite in our house as well. So if you're cooking along with me, or actually you're probably watching this video right now and maybe cooking up later today or this week or in the future, you're going to get your beef. So I'm using sirloin. The cube steak also works great for this too. So you can have a choice. Sirloin, first choice. Cube steak if you don't have sirloin. So those are two great steak options for this recipe. Asparagus, garlic, olive oil, butter or tallow. If you know me, I love tallow. But for this recipe, I'm going to stick with olive oil and butter because those are two most common kitchen staples. So you probably have both of those. Skillet, and I'm going to use a cast iron skillet today. salt, pepper, and maybe a little smoked paprika if you like a twist. So very easy recipe, very simple, very few ingredients. We'll walk through each step in just a second, but again, this is your chance to practice today's focus. Get it all out first. Take your 5 minutes. Feel how different that feels. So again, I'm walking through the recipe step by step now, and you can cook alongside me in this recording or just watch and make it later today or this week. Either way, the recording will be available at any time that you need it. So let's get into it. So first, we're going to work on getting the asparagus trimmed and cut into 2-inch pieces. So I kind of separated them out because they are thick. I'm going to cut off the ends. And you can also use kitchen shears for this. That's what I'm going to use for, because they are a little tougher, for the sirloin steak. Okay. Got that first bunch done. And I also have like a little sprout bowl because we have chickens and they'll love this. Try to not waste it as much as we can. Okay, I'm going to finish cutting these up and then I'll come back with the steak. My last bunch of asparagus here. So we're just going to cut that 3 sections, about 2 inches each. Then I'm going to grab my steak this way and cut these into 2-inch bite-sized pieces. Kitchen shears, again, work awesome. I love them. I'm just going to trim off a little bit of fat. If you didn't know, chickens are omnivores, so they love meat. So they will enjoy it. Okay. Pretty easy peasy. I'm just going to cut this down a little bit more. And they're not like, oh, they're perfectly sized, bite-sized pieces. Yeah. We're not a factory. We're just real people cutting real pieces of meat. So I'm going to wash my hands and then we'll get going on cooking this up. Pretty simple so far. I'm going to heat the skillet, the cast iron skillet, up on medium heat, and then I'll add some olive oil to it. So that'll be our next step. All right, we've got the pan heated up. I'm going to add some olive oil to the cast iron skillet here. More the merrier. And then I'm going to add the asparagus. And I'm going to add the seasonings to this. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Feel free to use your measuring spoons. I like to eyeball it a little bit more and add even more than what the recipe calls. I just like a little bit more spice. So, and as you can see, I have all my ingredients out. The butter, the spices, my utensils, my garlic press, my tallow. I'm not using the tallow today, but I have the garlic. So I have everything that I need. And I'm sorry, cook for 4 to 5 minutes too. Saute this for 4 to 5 minutes. I just put the timer on. So I'm going to cook it for four minutes and then I'll set it aside. But yeah, that's the big key, is having all of your ingredients. Okay, the asparagus is done. It's been in there for 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to remove it from the skillet, and then we'll add the beef. Okay, before we add the beef, let's get the butter added. And the more the merrier. I am not afraid of a lot of butter and fat. I'm on keto, so I continuously lose weight. So the more butter, the better. I always say. So here is, we're going to add the garlic. Here. Okay. And then we'll add our beef and then add the spices to it. The salt, pepper, and paprika. So we'll let that cook up 2 to 3 minutes on each side. I'm going to go for 2 minutes. And then try to turn it over and cook for another 2 minutes. But at least maybe 4 to 6 minutes, depending on your preference. So we're going to cook this up and we'll add back the asparagus. All right, the beef is done. I'm going to add the asparagus back in and just stir it around for a minute here. All right. All right, that's it. We've got it done. Garlic and butter steak bites with asparagus. Super easy, super simple, ready very quickly, and a really good dinner for you and your family. So I hope you try this. And this is the end of day 1 of the 5-day challenge. Watch for the recording of day 2 tomorrow when we make Korean beef bowls. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.